In 2013, Sports Illustrated named its top 50 greatest swimsuit models, and perhaps unsurprisingly, fully half of the top 10 models are elite beauties we all remember from the late 70s and into the 80s. Making the cut were Paulina Poroskova at number 10, Christy Brinkley at number 8, Cheryl Tiegs at number 6, Kathy Ireland at number 2, and taking the top spot at number 1 was Elle Macpherson. All of them used the great exposure they got from Sports Illustrated to pursue their dreams. They signed huge modeling contracts, launched businesses, and a couple of them even married rock stars. But only one managed to spark a national uproar with a single photo. I was disgusted. In the late 1970s, I was just a wee lad, and there were 3 activities that really made me thankful to be alive. Those activities were riding my bike, watching Super Friends on TV, and browsing the ladies' undergarment section of the Montgomery Ward catalog.
You're a pig!
Anyway, it turns out we had other publications in the house, and apparently one of them was the 1978 Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Issue. For some reason, I misremembered this as being in Life magazine, but I guess it was Sports Illustrated. The woman on the cover, Maria Joao, is the mother of a well-known Hollywood star. Here's a little hint, and we'll come back to this in a bit because it isn't the cover of this issue that I found so memorable. The big surprise, or rather, the 2 big surprises, were on page 43. And listen guys, I'm really sorry that I have to cover up some important details here, but I don't want YouTube to flag this video. However, as a compromise, I've put the exact issue date in the video description, and if you do a little search for it, I promise you it will come up immediately. Now, you already know what I'm blurring out, or rather putting stickers over, and I'm gonna guess that if you saw it even just once when this swimsuit issue was released in 1978, your brain has probably kept and nurtured this photo as a core memory since then. But the photo itself isn't the whole story. There's the inside scoop on why Cheryl Tiegs is on full display to begin with, the storm of controversy that followed, and if you stay until the end of this video, you'll also get to hear some of the hilariously angry letters that Sports Illustrated received because of this one picture of Cheryl Tiegs. The thing very few people know about this infamous photo is how it came to be in the first place. Sports Illustrated's 1978 swimsuit issue was shot in Manaus, Brazil, a city located in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. And according to photographer Walter Jooss, the day he photographed Cheryl Tiegs was a drab, crappy day. The lighting was bad and they were in the middle of nowhere, so someone who was present at the shoot, either Julie Campbell, the editor of the swimsuit issue, or Jooss himself, suggested that Tiegs get wet. According to interviews with Campbell decades later, she asked Cheryl Tiegs to get wet in order to make her skin glisten. But that wasn't the original story. According to a 1978 article in the Boston Globe, which was published the same week that the swimsuit issue came out, it was Walter Jooss who asked Tiegs to take a little dip in the water because the swimsuit wasn't revealing enough. He said, "The picture was perfect. In a sense, she's naked, but she's not." In the 2024 documentary Beyond the Gaze, Julie Campbell's swimsuit issue, Tiegs herself called it a throwaway shot. Walter Jooss called it a picture you wouldn't want to show anyone, apparently forgetting that he once called the photo perfect. And Julie Campbell, who passed away in 2022 at the age of 96, said she considered the photo an afterthought. But nonetheless, the photo was included in the collection of slides handed over to Roy Terrell, managing editor of Sports Illustrated at the time. The white fishnet photo was literally the last one in the bunch, ostensibly because Campbell didn't believe the photo would be selected for publishing. Terrell, however, decided to print it. He said it was too risque for the cover, and he was definitely right about that, but he did include it on page 43, and when it hit newsstands and landed in mailboxes, the response was immediate. The 1978 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue sold out at newsstands. Thousands of letters poured in. Most of the letters were positive, but some were definitely not, and we'll be getting to those soon. And there were cancellations. Sports Illustrated was used to this. It happened every year following the release of their annual swimsuit issue, and in fact, the staff had started a yearly tradition of holding a betting pool to guess how many subscribers they would lose. According to The Franchise, A History of Sports Illustrated magazine by Michael MacCambridge, their 1978 issue resulted in 340 subscriptions canceled. But no word on how many thousands they probably gained. In addition, according to the Julie Campbell documentary, Campbell received death threats and protesters picketed the Time Life building in New York City. For years, Campbell faced accusations that she was objectifying women, which she always defended by stating that the photos were in good taste. Sports Illustrated certainly benefited from the increased exposure, but the real winner was Cheryl Tiegs. Just 2 months after the fishnet swimsuit photo shocked and delighted Americans from coast to coast, another photo of Tiegs was published, but this one was on the cover of Time magazine. Time called her the All-American model, and after that, Cheryl Tiegs was all over TV and signing endorsement deals left and right. Today, she is widely considered to be America's first supermodel, and the fishnet swimsuit is so famous that it's part of the permanent collection at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that the cover of the 1978 swimsuit issue featured Maria Joao, and if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious movie franchise, you definitely know who her daughter is. SI's 1978 swimsuit cover model gave birth to a baby girl in 1980, and she was named Jordana. From 2001 to 2023, Jordana Brewster starred in 7 of the franchise's 10 films. And, it turns out, she also looks great in a bikini. She inherited some pretty good genes. And back in the day, Sports Illustrated regularly printed letters they got in response to each year's swimsuit issue. The letters were printed in the now-defunct section called the 19th Hole, and here are some gems from 1978. My wife is not only threatening divorce, but to cancel my SI subscription. I was disgusted. No decent person would be caught wearing a few of the suits you pictured. I can't understand why a very good sports magazine blah blah blah. Shame on you and shame on Cheryl Tiegs. In my view, Miss Tiegs has no class left, and neither does SI's swimsuit issue. A sports magazine with girly spreads in our home? No thank you. Cancel. When I want Playboy, I'll buy Playboy. I refuse to put the January 16th issue on the library rack for students in grades 1 through 8. Okay, that's fair, but why would you do that? And my personal favorite is quoted in a 1996 newspaper article, which reads as follows. One reader wrote to SI that he took one look at the swimsuit issue and tossed it into the fire where it deserves to be with Satan and all his imps. And in all fairness, there were also some very positive letters, such as this one. The temperature was minus 14 degrees Fahrenheit, but in the mail came the January 16th issue of SI and the Gurney Spring Seed catalog. I knew right then that I would make it through another Minnesota winter.